Hi, and welcome to another update of the Toolkit. In this update, we focus exclusively on self-compassion. So what do we have here? We have 5 tools, different tools that all cultivate self-compassion or raise awareness about self-compassion. So the first tool is called Countering Compassion Fatigue, and this tool was developed for helping professionals or other people who are often, giving a lot of compassion to others. And compassion fatigue is a phenomenon in which we get depleted, experience some kind of a fatigue because we're so much involved in the suffering of other people and so much, working with them. And in this tool, you cultivate a way of being compassionate with yourself while maintaining a connection to the other person. It's kind of a meditation. Then we also have other tools, of course. We have tools, the self-compassion break, which is a tool that allows clients to cultivate compassion during the day and to notice what is going on and act in a way that is in line with what we can call self-compassion. Another tool is called How Would You Treat a Friend? I use this tool often also in groups to remind people of how often forgiving and compassionate we are towards others, but when it comes to our own suffering and our own failures, we actually don't treat ourselves like a friend, but rather the opposite. And when people become aware of this discrepancy, it can also be a first step in cultivating more self-compassion. Then there's a tool, it's called the self-critic job description. And this tool is, I think, a beautiful way of gaining some distance to the inner critic that is often preventing people from being self-compassionate. What this tool does, it actually asks people to describe their inner critic, but from a distant point of view, and to describe it in terms of what it does, like a job description basically. So what is it good at, and so on. And in this way, it becomes easier to observe the inner critic as something separate, rather than being completely identified with it as we often do. And finally, and this is my favorite tool this time, it's called Common Humanity Jar. So part of the self-compassion definition is common humanity. And common humanity involves the realization that everybody suffers, everybody makes mistakes. It's not something that only happens to you as a person, but it happens to all of us. But if we fail to apply self-compassion to ourselves, if we're in a highly critical self mode, it often feels that we're alone, that we're the only one that fails, that everybody's doing a great job, but it's just us. And this is a group tool that can be used to allow people to experience that everybody goes through struggles in life, and that everybody often faces difficulties. Beautiful tool. It works really well in groups to actually allow people to experience what common humanity is. So check it out. If there's anything you would like to add to this or would like to know, please let us know at a dedicated section of the website. Always happy to help. I hope you enjoyed this update, and stay tuned for more. Take care. Goodbye.